Bourne Youth Baseball Organization for coming out tonight.
It's the Beast of the East versus the Best of the West as the YD Red Sox visit the Bourne Braves. Hello and welcome. Alongside Will Connerly, I'm Brad Klein. Happy to be with you from Doran Park in Bourne, Massachusetts. And Will, I wasn't lying. Best of the West, Beast of the East 1 and 2 in the overall CCBL standings, and number 1 versus number 1 in the East and the West. This one should be a good one, potentially a preview of what's to come in the playoffs.
Yeah, it should be a dandy tonight, and it's going to be a matchup that's highly anticipated. Two teams that haven't played yet, but both best in their respective divisions. And it will be interesting after both teams, they had their games washed away yesterday, but going into this game with a high anticipation because of the matchup that we have in store. Two first-place teams going at it.
And right now, going at it for YD, Nolan McCarthy in his 2021 debut for the Red Sox. Pitched a little bit, 3 appearances for YD in the CCBL in 2019, but now we're seeing him for the first time.
Yeah, we're going to see him for the first time. Going to work probably more as an opener, see how much you can get out of him, but has a ton of experience, and he was one of the best pitchers in the country at the Division III level, then moved over to Georgetown as a grad student this past season. But excited to see 4-pitch mix guy, good command, and next half inning, it'll be interesting to see how he can throw today. Really excited to see how deep he can go and what he can give the Red Sox on the mound.
In this half inning, we have to wait no longer for Austin Parsley, a 2.89 ERA, 2-0 in 9 1/3 innings pitched. But here's the kicker. For Bourne, 14 strikeouts, 0 walks. This righty has not allowed a walk in his past 13 1/3 innings pitched, dating back to his final 2 appearances at UNC Greensboro. He's a strike thrower, and YD can really hit those strikes. They are one of the elite hitting teams overall in the CCBL. Hasn't been the case on the road, though.
It hasn't. The road slugging percentages were eye-popping. They haven't hit a home run on the road so far this season, but with Parsley, he has been really good this year for Bourne, but making his first start. All of that work has come out of the bullpen in his previous 3 appearances, although picking up 2 wins.
He has 4 starts at UNC Greensboro. And the righty from UNC Greensboro starts Peyton Graham off with a fastball that misses by the shins for a ball 1. So Bourne in their home whites with red lettering and red sleeves if you choose to wear some layering under that jersey. Fastball is smacked to deep center field. Peyton Graham gives it a ride, and under it to make the catch, the center fielder Joe Lampe for a screeching out number 1.
It was a screeching out number 1, and that's the second time in this cold stretch that Peyton Graham is on. Probably the coldest he's ever been as a collegiate hitter. Had success as a freshman and this past season in his COVID freshman year at Oklahoma. Had a ton of success to start the Cape, but now he's 2 for his last 23, but 2 jolts to the warning track in the past 2 games for Peyton Graham.
2 for his last 23. That is the coldest he's ever been in the collegiate ranks. And first pitch fastball taken at the waist by Tanner Smith for strike 1. Line drive over to short, and it's caught by Knapchak by his chest for out number 2.
Yeah, and Tanner Smith trying to go the other way right there. He's been swinging the bat much better lately. The ball got in on him, had a decent swing, but it's the right-hander Parsley off to a nice start, getting 2 quick outs.
Here comes Cody Huff, the right-handed hitter from Stanford, playing first base today. By the way, if you're not really good at the shell game, this game might not be for you. Both teams are wearing white uniforms right now, so it's really going to be on us to pay attention. You in for that?
I'm in for it.
Okay.
We're locked in.
No balls and a strike on the changeup at the knees, and Huff lines it foul over to the YD dugout, 0-2 with 2 outs, and no one on in the top of the first inning. No score between the Red Sox and the Braves, first in the East and West, respectively.
I like the way Cody Huff has been swinging the bat so far for the Red Sox.
Breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Left to right in the outfield, Caden Wallace, Joe Lampe, and Colby Thomas in left, Caden Wallace in right, and Joe Lampe in center field. And Huff goes down swinging for the final out of the inning. We'll get you the infield in the top of the second inning, but on to the bottom of the first we go. No score between the Red Sox and the Braves right here on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network. Back here on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network in the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Red Sox and the Braves. Alongside Will Connerly, I'm Brad Klein. Enter Nolan McCarthy, one of the newest Red Sox that we have to offer here at 6'5", the tallest on the team.
From Georgetown,
but
number 28,
one of the most experienced too. It's his second season with the Red Sox and 3 appearances
from Arizona State
in 2019 and
Joe
1-0. And now the opener for the Red Sox. Even though it's Adam Meyer's day to start in the rotation, he's expected to come in later. Joe Lampe, the center fielder, will start the frame off, and a 12-6 curveball to freeze Lampe for strike one. So Nolan McCarthy making his presence known in a hurry, and maybe something to prove here coming from Occidental College, a D3 school. Big swing and a miss again on the 12-6. No balls and 2 strikes. But now he partners his name with the Georgetown Hoyas, and something that is pretty interesting. He's already had 5 seasons of collegiate baseball. Ground ball up the middle into center field, a base hit. Lampe is on with a leadoff single, 3 pitches into the bottom of the first inning.
You go 12-6, 12-6, get ahead 0-2 in the count. But Lampe with a great piece of hitting with 2 strikes and his 15th hit of the season. A big reason why he's consistently one of the table setters for Bourne, because he can hit with 2 strikes. And right there, he looked the first 2 pitches. McCarthy is there, but 2 strikes back up the middle for a base hit.
So McCarthy working from the stretch now. Runner takes off for second. The throw down by Hunter way wide left, and ranging to his right, Wyatt Hoffman to keep the ball from going into center field. Easy stolen base for Joe Lampe. Still no one out.
Yeah, Lampe wasted no time running right there on the first opportunity that he had, and now already in scoring position here against the right-hander.
1 ball and no strikes to Max Anderson, the DH, who is 5 for his last 10. McCarthy working from the stretch, comes set, deals, fastball just off the plate for ball 2. So Nolan McCarthy, coming from Occidental College, was the Southern California Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Pitcher of the Year in 2018. The reason that's extremely notable is his pitching coach Tom Vasella for YD won that same award in 2006 for another team. Goes back to the curveball for strike 1 on the outside corner. So far, the only pitch he's gotten over for a strike has been that 12-6 curve. He's a 4-pitch mix guy, like you said. Slider, curveball, changeup, fastball. And the fastball has evaded him early on. Lampe on second base after the leadoff single and a stolen base. With no outs, the curveball again tails outside for ball 3.
Yeah, and that was Lampe's 4th stolen base of the season. Now leading the team in hits and stolen bases against a good Bourne hitting team. I mean, as a team, they're the best hitting team in the league statistically.
The 3-1. Fastball popped foul out of play.
But McCarthy, big frame, and that's not the only thing that he has in common, winning accolades with Tom Vasella. They're both big guys, too.
Yep.
McCarthy 6'5", Vasella
6'6".
6'6" pitcher, yeah. Now the pitching coach for YD.
And McCarthy made sure to tell Vasella, hey, you're not the only SCIAC pitcher of the year in a Red Sox uniform right now. Payoff pitch. Curveball got away from him at the shoulders, ball 4, and 2 runners aboard. 2 batters into Nolan McCarthy's 2021 campaign with the Red Sox.
Louisville, number 20, Dalton Rushing.
Yeah, and it's really interesting when you talk about a 2021 campaign. If you asked him before the 2020 season happened, he thought the campaign he'd only have after 2020 would be the pro ranks. However, the draft got condensed, and he took a graduate year to go play at Georgetown after pitching 4 pretty solid seasons at Occidental. I mean, he's made 43 career starts at the NCAA level, has a lot of experience, like you mentioned.
Facing his first lefty of the day, Dalton Rushing hitting a cool 300. Runner on first and second, no one out in the bottom of the first inning, no score. And McCarthy checks back the runner, doesn't even bother to throw, but steps off and makes sure that Joe Lampe gets the Clorox, or rather the detergent, out after the game. Already with the dirtied uniform. Dalton Rushing, the left-handed hitter, swings and misses through the fastball for strike one. Now Rushing playing first base today. Brighton, Tennessee native, but a sophomore at Louisville at 6'1", 225 pounds. Went 1 for 3 in his last game on the 7th against Falmouth. No balls and a strike. McCarthy deals. Fastball is driven to right field, coming on to make the catch. Luttrell diving, belly flopping. He does make the catch, and tagging up is Lampe from second to third. Oh, what a play by Chase Luttrell.
I mean, incredible play right there. Thinking that ball is down off the bat. I mean, Lampe being aggressive, having good base running with a ball caught in shallow right field, advancing to third, but an incredible catch right there by Chase Luttrell in the outfield. And it really helps your pitcher out with a runner on first. Now you're in that position where you can be in double play depth, get a ground ball, and get out of the inning.
Runners on the corners with now one out. The right-handed hitter, Caden Wallace, at the plate. Now, Bourne, when they score in the first inning, they're pretty successful as Wallace pops it foul out of play. In games when the Braves score in the first inning, they're 4-0-1, undefeated. But when their opponents score the first run, they're only 1-1-2. So this is actually a very high-leverage situation for Nolan McCarthy.
And when they score first, 9-0-1. I mean, what they do right now.
Breaking ball had Wallace quivering, thought it was going to hit him. Instead, it missed high. Count even at 1-1.
And they get ahead, trying to get ahead in this situation. So it's crucial to limit the Braves here.
Runners on the corners with only one out. McCarthy tips his cap, deals, changeup fouled back to the screen. So Caden Wallace in a 2-strike count now. He struck out 12 times, which is towards tops on the team, tied for third.
Braves, although best hitting team in the league, over 10 strikeouts per game as a team at the plate.
The 1-2 from McCarthy, swung on and missed, strike three, got him on the curveball off the plate. 2 gone in the bottom of the first. That's a big strikeout for Nolan McCarthy. 2 ducks on the ponds, on the corners, with only 1 out against the best team indisputably in the CCBL.
And it was a really good pitch right there. The first 2 pitches of the day, the 12-6 curveball, he goes back to it to put away Wallace. He has a really nice action on that curveball, but can mix in that slider, changeup, fastball. And the 4-pitch mix guy, not going to blow you away with the velocity, but the good movement there, great bite to that breaking ball by the right-hander, and he got Wallace swinging.
Here's Zachary Agnos. Chases the curveball again for strike one. So that curveball has really been the only pitch that McCarthy can really trust. 2 away, runners on the corners, no score in the bottom of the first inning between the Red Sox and the Braves. Nolan McCarthy in his first appearance as a Red Sox in 2021. Another curveball, same spot, same chase, 0-2.
An overwhelming majority of pitches and strikes from McCarthy coming from that curveball. It's working, though.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. From Doran Park, Nolan McCarthy, the Georgetown Hoya, and checks back the runner at first. Diving back safely, Max Anderson. It's Anderson on first, Joe Lampe on third with the 2 outs. And Zachary Agnos from Eastern Carolina. The 0-2. Breaking ball, he thought better of it though. Takes it for ball 1 off the plate. That might be the first curveball in this at-bat that Nolan McCarthy threw for a strike. Over the plate. The first 2 were chased. Might have been borderline calls had Agnos not gone fishing. Wind blowing from left to right. And Agnos again lays off the curveball. 2-2.
4 straight.
Left to right in the infield for YD, Peyton Graham, Pascal Ferreras, Wyatt Hoffman, and Cody Huff. In the outfield, it's Tanner Smith, Tyler Williams, and Chase Luttrell. Left to right, Cade Hunter is the battery mate for Nolan McCarthy. And the 2-2. Breaking ball, got him chasing, strike three. Side retired. 2 consecutive strikeouts works Nolan McCarthy in and out of trouble and strands runners on the corners in the first inning. At the end of 1, still no score between the Red Sox and the Braves right here on the YD Red Sox
coaches,
Baseball
parents,
Network.
And fans of Bourne Youth Baseball that
Top of the second inning, no score between the Red Sox and the Braves right here on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network. Brad Klein with Will Connolly to my right. From Doran Park and Chase Luttrell leading off this frame for the Red Sox against Austin Parsley, who worked a 1-2-3 first inning. In his first start for Bourne, had made 4 collegiate starts for UNC Greensboro, though. Luttrell watches the fastball low for ball 1. Chase Luttrell from Long Beach State, hitting .273, has played in all 15 games that YD has played in, and is 5 for his last 8. Swings and pops it up, shallow left field. Colby Thomas sauntering under it to make the catch for out number 1.
now batting.
Brings up Pascal Ferreras, the shortstop from Western Carolina. So early on, Austin Parsley working very efficiently. In an inning and a third, he's only pitched 9 times. Fastball taken just low below the zone for ball 1 by Pascal Ferreras, and that might not be a mistake for YD. They saw the scouting report. Parsley does not walk many batters. Ferreras gives it the ride to right field. Wallace under it. He makes the grab. 2 gone.
Yeah, and he continues to work very efficiently.
Now batting.
2 gone here in the second.
Number 3.
He set down 5 YD Red Sox to begin the game in very efficient manner. But you're right, doesn't walk a lot of guys, and his previous 3 outings was great. And Bourne says, hey, we're going to give the guy the nod, and he's pitching well to begin his outing.
Wyatt Hoffman thinks better of the slider low for ball 1. Wyatt Hoffman hitting .357. And fouls the fastball back to the screen, 1-1 the count. With no one on and 2 outs in the top of the second inning.
9-game hit streak for Hoffman.
Hoffman pops it up down the first base line and out of play. You can see Scott Pickler, the third base coach and manager of the YD Red Sox, kind of chopping his 2 hands down, saying, hey, you can't get under it. You gotta keep a level swing. The 1-2 to Hoffman. Fastball just missed the black on the outside corner. And Hoffman with a tough take is awarded another pitch. 2-2 the count with 2 outs.
A good take right there. He knew it was off the plate.
Parsley from the windup deals. Fastball above the zone challenged Hoffman. He fouls it out of play.
Yeah, Hoffman battling here. You see the couple foul balls On close pitches, he takes a borderline pitch, but when you're locked in as a hitter, when you're on a 9-game hit streak, you know balls. You're seeing the ball well, and he saw it was off the plate.
And Hoffman fouls it back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes still. Austin Parsley is 23 years old, but he turns 24 in less than a month, 26 days. That makes him one of the oldest players in the CCBL.
Man, both pitchers, good age, or at least older.
And Hoffman grounds it slowly over to third. Agnos gathers and fires across the diamond in time. Side retired. Well, whether he's young, old, or somewhere in between, Austin Parsley has 6 consecutive outs to start this game. 1, 2, 3 in the first and 1, 2, 3 in the second.
Ladies and gentlemen,
in the middle of the second inning,
tonight.
still no score between the Red
Tennis
Sox and the Braves right here on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network.
would like
Back on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network in the bottom of the second inning, Christian Knapchak leading off for the Bourne Braves against Nolan McCarthy, the Georgetown Hoya. Knapchak takes the 2-seam fastball for strike 1 on the inside corner, and Nolan McCarthy, in his grad year for Georgetown, had 8 games, 6 starts, a 3.63 ERA. 12-6 curveball chopped up the middle. Ferreira's charging in, tries to backhand it and couldn't make the play. It hacky sacks over by where he started between second and third, and the ball is loose. That means Christian Knapchak is on first base, a leadoff base runner for the Bourne Braves.
Colby Thomas.
And what McCarthy threw 20 pitches in the first, and what, you'd say 15 of them were breaking balls about. Threw a lot of breaking balls, another breaking ball right there, and Pascal Ferreras commits an error on the chopped ball by Knapchak.
So once again, a leadoff base runner for Bourne. The last one tried to steal on McCarthy off the jump, Joe Lampe, but Knapchak, with some speed, doesn't look like he's being as aggressive. Strike 1 taken by Colby Thomas, the left fielder.
McCarthy did a good job working out of trouble in the first, getting back-to-back strikeouts to end that frame with 2 guys on base.
Fastball is clocked to deep right field. Luttrell chasing back at the track. He makes the catch for a loud first down.
He had a really nice defensive play in the first, and then it was
now batting the catcher from Boston
that gave
College,
McCarthy
number
confidence.
12,
Okay,
Peter
I've
Burns.
got my first out, and then he went to work with the breaking ball and wasn't getting ahead, just getting ahead. He was finishing the last 2 batters of that frame as well. Looks a little more confident this inning, in the zone a little bit more, but if you can get those quick outs, that gives a pitcher that ultimate confidence to continue and show your stuff.
Runner takes off for second. Peter Burns on the first pitch, lines it to Ferreras. He can't make the play on the leap. It trickles into shallow left center field, and as the runner, Knapchak was heading for second on the the pitch by McCarthy. He's on third base. Now all of a sudden, deja vu. It's runners on the corners with 1 out after the single by Peter Burns.
Yeah, the hit right there, blooped up in the air, softly hit. The shortstop Ferreras has to go back on it, can't leap up to corral it. And exact same situation where you've got runners on the corners and you've got a right-hander in McCarthy who's going to try to pitch out of trouble once again.
The way he got out of this very situation was the strikeout. First pitch fastball taken by Nick Goodwin for strike one, who has 11 strikeouts on the year. Goodwin hitting .276, coming from Kansas State as a sophomore. Infield at double play depth. No balls and a strike, one out, runners on the corners, no score. And the breaking ball popped up, shallow right field. Luttrell chasing, it's slicing into foul ground, and it's foul. Wyatt Hoffman belly flopped to try to get there, but it was really in the Bermuda Triangle, no man's land. Yeah, that's the expression.
Land,
yeah. Between Cody Huff, the first baseman, Wyatt Hoffman, the second baseman, and Chase Luttrell at right. So no balls.
Has to stay in front of Hunter, the catcher.
It was the curveball that was especially successful last time. It goes to the fastball outside and low. A ball and 2 strikes.
Way ahead right there. You can afford to waste a pitch outside. Hey, as a guy going to chase my fastball, he might be expecting a breaking ball and then gets fooled on it. He didn't, but you can afford to do that, especially with a runner 90 feet away.
And with one out, McCarthy kicks and deals. Foul ball down the right field line.
He has no problem. That was a fastball right there that was fouled away, but he has no problem burying his breaking ball. But also you've got to trust your catcher, Hunter. Hey, I'm going to throw that breaking ball, but the runner at third, it can't get by him. The runner at third would come across to score if that were the case. But back in the first, he was burying breaking balls with the runner on third. We'll see if he does it here.
And he checks back the runner at first base. Peter Bourne scurries safely over to the bag. Well, once upon a time, Nick Goodwin was 0 for 15. And since then, he is 3 for his last 8. A ball and 2 strikes to Goodwin. And the curveball is clocked to left center field, but it drops for a base hit. It looked like Smith was trying to fake a catch to keep the runners put. It kind of worked, but either way, Christian Knapcheck from third to home, no problem. And Peter Burns advances to second. That's the first run on the board for the game, and Bourne leads 1-0.
In Bourne, 9-0-1 when they score first. They get a run here in the bottom of the second.
4, Joe Lampy.
They jump out in front of opponents with the way their pitching staff has been. Opponents have had a tough time having success against the Braves, and that's what they do here.
Flip the card to the top of the order. First pitch curveball taken by Joe Lampy. Low below the zone for ball one. Lampy singled and was stranded at third in the first inning. When Nolan McCarthy worked in and out of trouble, stranded runners on the corners with what started with 1 out via 2 strikeouts. Another curveball taken inside, 2-0. So it's Burns on second, Goodwin on first with 1 out. 2 balls and no strikes to Joe Lampy, who has hits in now 5 of his last 6 games. Nolan McCarthy in his first appearance as a YD Red Sox in 2021. Fastball skips low. Did it hit him? Yes. Joe Lampy tried to somersault to get out of the way of the heat-seeking missile from Nolan McCarthy. If he didn't, both runners were going to advance. They do anyway. A hit by pitch, 3 consecutive base runners reach, and now Bourne has the bases loaded for Max Anderson.
Another situation where you've got McCarthy now trying to do damage control with the bases loaded, and now the meat of the order is up for Bourne.
The 2-hitter Anderson reached on a walk in the first inning. Breaking ball taken outside, 1-0 the count with 1 out. It's Lampy on first, Goodwin on second, Burns on third, and the Bourne Braves in the driver's seat with 1 run, and the Red Sox with none in the bottom of the second inning. The 1-0. Breaking ball again. He went back to the curve. That misses too.
Anderson, a really good hitter, hit .332 at Nebraska this past season, which was the second best on the team.
This will be Nolan McCarthy's 36th pitch of the day. He's only logged 4 outs. Righty deals, fastball misses low, ball 3. So all of a sudden, Nolan McCarthy is just one ball away from walking in the second run.
And there's action in the YD bullpen.
You'd have to think, it's hard to tell from our vantage point, you'd have to think it's Adam Meyer though. And Cade Hunter wants to have a word with Nolan McCarthy, knowing what is at stake, just one ball away from being down 2-0 to the best team in the CCBL.
No, it is Adam Meyer getting hot out there, and it was his projected day to start. They went with McCarthy in an opener form, and the outing may be short-lived as Meyer's getting hot in the bullpen, and McCarthy has some trouble here in the bottom of the second.
So it's 3 balls and no strikes. We'll see if Max Anderson has the green light here. Taking all the way, and the get-me-over fastball does just that. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Infield still at double play depth. Just 1 run to show for the noise that surrounded Nolan McCarthy throughout this frame. The 3-1. Fastball in the dirt, ball 4. 2-0 in favor of Bourne in the bottom of the second inning, and Nolan McCarthy has no idea what the strike zone is.
A hit by pitch to Lampy and then the walk to Anderson. He has lost his command a little bit, but
number 20, Dalton
if you can get back in the zone, get a ground ball, and get out of it quickly, that's what you're searching for, but a good hitter in Dalton Rushing at the plate.
Now 4 consecutive Braves have reached base safely. And McCarthy is far from out of the woods. And the first pitch breaking ball clocked to left center field. That falls, a base hit. It's fielded by Tyler Williams on the backhand. Burns comes around to score. Goodwin right behind him. The throw not in time, and both runners advance. It's now runners on the corners with still only 1 out. A 2-run single for Dalton Rushing, and Bourne leads 4-0 in the bottom of the second.
Good piece of hitting right there by Rushing. He crushes the fastball, hits it to the left side, taking it the other way. McCarthy was trying to pitch him outside, and Rushing was able to take the ball where it was pitched and hit it hard. He pulled it last time, and Latrell made a nice play. This time he goes left center field and is able to drive in a couple runs on the single right there and give Bourne a commanding advantage just here in the second.
And Scott Pickler has seen enough. With 1 out, runners on the corners, and down 4-0 in the bottom of the second inning, Scott Pickler is going to Adam Meyer, the Canadian. And we'll be with you for the rest of this frame right here on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network. Back in a moment. Still the bottom of the second inning on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network. 4-0 in favor of Bourne. Adam Meyer on in relief. And the first pitch slider is taken above the strike zone for ball one to Caden Wallace. And Meyer has inherited a sticky situation. Down by 4, runners on the corners with only 1 out after Nolan McCarthy started the game for YD in his first appearance as a Red Sox in 2021. The 1-0 slider is taken inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Adam Meyer is used to starting. That's his bread and butter. That's what he does at UBC in British Columbia, and that's what he thought he would do this morning. It was his day to start. He thought he'd start. He didn't. Instead, Nolan McCarthy was supposed to go 1, maybe 2 innings, and in a way, that's what he did. An inning and a third under his belt, already 4 runs charged to him, and both runners aboard belong to him. Myers 2-0, fastball popped up, foul ground. Cody Huff, the first baseman, straddling the foul line, and he makes the catch. 2 away in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, and Meyer coming into the situation, trying to help out McCarthy, not let those runners that he's responsible for come around to score. McCarthy did surrender 4 runs, 3 of which were earned. 1 unearned run on the air committed by Ferreras over at shortstop to begin the inning, and that's how Knapcheck reached and then came around to score.
Meyer with a 4.69 ERA. Only went 2 2/3 in his last appearance with only 1 run charged to him. He left with the bases loaded, though. Jacob Metter did him a solid. Now he's trying to do Nolan McCarthy the same favor. Zachary Agnos, the third baseman, takes the first pitch, breaking ball for ball 1. Still runners on the corners with 2 outs now. YD down by 4. At one point, McCarthy allowed 5 straight base runners. Slider fouled right back at us. Count even at 1-1 now, and I know there's a screen right there, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't flinch.
I didn't flinch.
You're just cut from a different cloth.
But the 5 base runners allowed, and that's what got him pulled from the game. And that was the reason for the start, to see what you can get out of him. And you're right, that's what they got. They didn't get maybe all the complete results that they wanted there, but it's information to know how they can use him in the future as well.
The 1-1 chopped slowly over to third. Peyton Graham fields it with his glove, fires across the diamond in time. Side retired. Well, the 9th batter of the inning, Peyton Graham makes a great play to pick up the YD pitching, and that's exactly how this inning started. The opposite. An error by Pascal Ferreras got the ball moving for Bourne, and the line just continued to move. 4 runs and 3 hits. 2 left on. The end of 2, it's 4 for Bourne, none for YD, right here on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network.
Number 25, Andrew Compton.
Back with you on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network alongside Brad Klein. Will Connerly here with you, and it's a 4-0 advantage for the Bourne Braves after they hung a 4 spot in the bottom of the second as Compton swings through the first offering he sees from the right-hander Parsley, who's gone 6 up, 6 down through 2 frames, and he's had limited stress as well as worked through YD's lineup rather quickly. And he's quickly ahead of Compton now. 0-2 the count. The right-hander takes a deep breath. Kicks out of the line. The other
Compton to really come out of his shell. Switch hitter with some power, you'd expect him to be a cog for YD. Really hasn't come to fruition.
Fouled away to the left side as the 6'2", 210-pound frame of Compton. From Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, but plays at Georgia Tech, a switch hitter who we saw him get his first extra base hit on the 6th at Chatham, and that's the first hit for YD as he lasers it to right field. A leadoff single in the top of the 3rd. There you go, Drew Compton. He's
Now
aboard,
batting,
and Cade Hunter now to the
Number
plate.
17, Cade Hunter.
Cade Hunter catching today for the YD Red Sox. 0 for his last 11. Coming up to the plate, but YD gets their first base runner in the form of Drew Compton, the designated hitter, with a 2-strike single to lead off the top of the 3rd. Pitch misses high. 1 ball, no strikes, the count here to Cade Hunter, working against the right-hander Parsley. Parsley comes set, the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. A ball and a strike here to the left-handed hitting catcher, Cade Hunter.
Well, Hunter has to be feeling a lot of pressure right now, just in terms of what he's seeing around the locker room, because Cody Huff has already proven that he's swinging the bat better and he's also catching better defensively. So Cade Hunter, if he wants to keep his name on that lineup card, he needs to really pick it up offensively. Cody Huff can only play so many games at first.
Fouled away, so now a ball and 2 strikes. Hunter up at the plate, top of the 3rd, a 4-0 lead for Bourne. But YD with a base runner. Swing and a miss on the strike 3 fastball. And Hunter is put away via the strikeout. 1 away, 1 aboard, and now comes the 9th place hitter in the lineup, Tyler Williams.
Now batting,
And just the second
Arkansas
strikeout
Little
for
Rock.
Parsley,
Number 4,
and that's
Tyler
actually a
Williams.
compliment to him that he's only had and only needed 2 strikeouts to get 7 outs here, and that's pretty good in today's game. He's inducing the ground ball, some weak contact via the flyouts, and now Tyler Williams.
The fastball on the first offering to Williams is high. 1 ball, no strikes. He's only needed 28 pitches so far to record 7 outs. 1 away, top of the 3rd, a 4-0 lead. A swing and a miss on the next pitch. And a 1 ball, 1 strike count with the speedy Tyler Williams at the plate. Drew Compton at first. Do you think about laying 1 down?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I would do. It seems pretty clear Pickler's not going to have Williams do that. He was swinging hard just there.
And pitch misses up and away. 2 balls and a strike.
But Tyler Williams, I'm sorry to cut you off, Will. Tyler Williams has struggled mightily for YD, and he has some speed. You'd have to figure that he's going to be able to get a bunt down and give you a competitive 90. Now you have Peyton Graham, who, even though he's struggling, he's one of your best hitters on deck.
2-1 is high. 3 balls and a strike. Peyton Graham, YD's leadoff hitter, waiting on deck after the leadoff single from Compton, strikeout from Hunter, and a 3 ball, 1 strike count now to Tyler Williams, YD's center fielder. And the 3-1 fouled away. Now it's a full count. Williams 2 for 19 on the season, hitting 105. Comes from Arkansas Little Rock, where he patrolled center field for the whole season and the shortened campaign in 2020, and then this past year as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 3rd. The pitch from Parsley, swing and a miss. Back-to-back swinging strikeouts on high fastballs. Down went Hunter, down goes Williams. The 3rd punch out for the right-hander. And now Peyton Graham comes to the plate with 1 runner aboard and 2 away in the top of the 3rd, and YD trailing by 4 runs.
And the main reason I wanted to bunt there, if I'm Scott Pickler, is because Williams has had so many strikeouts that you just need a productive at-bat. And whether that's a hit or not, you need to move the runner on base when you have the top of the order coming up.
Graham swings through a fastball, a healthy hack, 0-1 the count on the first offering from Parsley. On deck is Tanner Smith if Graham should extend the inning. And the 0-1 misses high, a ball and a strike. Graham right now in a little bit of a slump. 2 for his last 23. YD's leadoff hitter consistently at the top of the order for Coach Pickler. Compton is on first, being held by Rushing. And the 1-1 hit hard to the right side. Peyton Graham has a single here with 2 outs in the top of the third. Compton advances to second, and 2 runners aboard now for Tanner Smith.
That's a nice piece of hitting by Peyton Graham. Exactly what he needed to break out of his slump. Just go opposite field where the ball is hit to the right side of the infield. Good things will happen when you put it there.
Yeah, he was hitless in 4 of the past 5 games, but throughout this stretch, he's put good lumber on the baseball, had warning track power at Harwich. Actually, the first at-bat that he had today hit it to the track at the 395 sign over in center field, and gets himself a hard hit base hit with 2 outs in the top of the third. So Graham is on first after the single, and Drew Compton is on second after leading off the frame with a 2-strike hit to right field, and Tanner Smith is at the plate. The first pitch misses the strike zone, a ball, and no strikes. Parsley comes set. The 1-0 pitch is popped up on the infield. Parsley running up on the near side for it, and it drops. It was right on the right side in front of the YD's dugout, just to the left of YD's dugout. Initially thought it was on the infield for a sec, but it kept carrying this way, and the catcher, Peter Burns, out of Boston College, he took the mask off and started running over this way, but Parsley was making his way over here as well, but it drops for a strike, a ball, and a strike.
Yeah, he hit that one a mile high, too, so whoever was going to make the play, most likely Burns, because Rushing is playing behind Graham at first, so he had a long way to go.
The 1-1, swing and a miss, and now a ball and 2 strikes with Tanner Smith at the plate.
But whoever's going to make that play really would have been a spectacular one, because
it was like backspin on that.
It was backspin, it was tailing away, and it was against the netting, too.
Yeah. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 aboard, 2 away. Here in the top of the third, a 4-0 lead for Bourne. The pitch is hit hard to the right side by Tanner Smith. It's down. Tanner Smith gonna have extra bases. Drew Compton comes around to score. Peyton Graham being waved home, and it's a 2-out, 2 RBI double for Tanner Smith. Now YD cuts into the deficit and trails 4-2 in the top of the third.
Well, that's exactly how it's done. Tanner Smith hitting in the 2-hole. A lot of people might have been surprised at that, but comes up clutch when YD needs him, and all of a sudden it's a ball game.
Tanner Smith now on a 5-game hit streak, and he broke a new Oregon record for doubles this past season with 23. Was top 5 in the nation in getting doubles, has one there in a big spot, and he's been swinging the bat well. Had a 4-game hit streak earlier in the year, now on a 5-game hit streak toward the top of the order for YD, and Cody Huff fouls the first pitch back. But Compton gets the 2-strike hit to lead off the frame. Hunter and Williams go down via the strikeout. Peyton Graham has a single to right field, and then Graham and Compton both score on the Tanner Smith double. A 4-2 score in favor of Bourne, but 2 across for YD during this frame as Cody Huff pops it up on the right side of the infield. Goodwin, the second baseman, is able to catch it right in front of the grass. And that's the third out. 1 stranded for YD, but 3 hits and 2 come across, and a 4-2 score as we head to the bottom of the third on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network.
Our corporate sponsors are the financial back.
Back with you on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network. 4-2 score in favor of Bourne. Bottom of the third alongside Brad Klein. Will Connerly here with you at Dorn Park. And YD able to chop that deficit in half with a Tanner Smith 2 RBI, 2-out double as Knapczyk hits it to the left side, and he's retired quickly to start the bottom of the third, one away as Knapczyk pops up to left field to begin the bottom of the third. But Adam Meyer on the mound, and what they're going to want out of the bullpen from Adam Meyer is some length. But that was in the game plan going into this one. Adam Meyer was expected to be the piggyback off of the starter Nolan McCarthy, and he indeed came in last frame. Now working here in the third with that ball check swing foul ball. 0-1 the count.
Well, Meyer is going to have to give YD some length, and he's going to be equipped to do so, as I mentioned before. Only 2 2/3 innings pitched in his last outing, so his arm is fresh.
Pitch upstairs, a ball and a strike with one away, bottom of the third. Bourne had 3 hits last inning and had 5 consecutive base runners reach against McCarthy as that ball hit to the left side and through for a single to left field. Pascal Ferreras ranged to his right but wasn't able to get there, and it rolls to Tanner Smith in left, and it's a 1-out single here in the bottom of the third for Colby Thomas. Peter Burns now to the plate.
Well, Burns had that single in the second inning, so you'd have to imagine that he's in a pretty good spot mentally, and Adam Meyer now has to work from the stretch for the first base runner that he's allowed. Meyer with some really good move there. I mean, that's a quick move to first, and the past 2 throws have just been just short.
So Meyer working here now with 1 away and 1 aboard, and keeps looking over. At the runner at first, Colby Thomas. Has a pretty solid move, not afraid to use it. But he's off to the races, Thomas is. Hunter throws it down to second. The tag applied by Ferreras, but it's Thomas in time. And the second stolen base for Bourne today. Thomas in scoring position.
Cade Hunter just could not get the throw over in time. It was a good tag applied by Ferreras. It was a pitch up that stood Hunter up. And even though Meyer was doing a pretty good job keeping Thomas close to first, still nothing Hunter could do.
A ball, no strikes, 1 out. Peter Burns at the plate. The catcher from Boston College, hitting right now in the 7th spot in the order. And Burns had a single and came around to score just last inning for Bourne when they put up 4 runs in the bottom of the second. Whitey responded with 2, though, in the top of the third. The breaking ball, Burns does go around on it. And a nice pitch from Adam Meyer. Able to have Burns bite on it, the check swing. He did go, and a ball and a strike here with 1 out. We got Colby Thomas over at second. He swiped second base. Now in scoring position with 1 away. Meyer from the stretch. The 1-1 popped up left side. Now coming over near side. Cade Hunter, foul territory. Can he get to it? No, he dives and drops in foul territory. As Hunter and first baseman Cody Huff met right toward the entranceway of YD's dugout. And it drops for a foul ball, similar to the foul ball we described to you last inning when YD was at the plate.
Very similar, although this one actually had some more room between the net and the field, so Cade Hunter actually had a better chance. And it looked like he was a little hesitant because he wasn't aware of where the wall was, didn't want to run full speed into the wall.
So Meyer comes set, a ball and 2 strikes. Peter Burns at the plate, and a check, a spin move over to second. No throw from Meyer. He keeps it put and then gets the signs from shortstop Pascal Ferreras. Going to his left arm to give the signals on the pick play over to Adam Meyer, the pitcher for YD. He comes set, a ball and 2 strikes. The pitch fouled away. We'll do the 1-2 again here with 1 out. Bourne, who's the best team in the West, YD, who's the best team in the East, colliding tonight here at Dorn Park. And Bourne had a 4-0 advantage in the bottom of the second. They're undefeated, 9-0-1 when they score first. They did so tonight, but YD responded with 2 runs in the top of the third. And Bourne with a 2-run lead right now in the bottom frame of the third. The 1-2 pitch from Meyer misses low and away. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Peter Burns at the plate. Nick Goodwin, the second baseman and 9th place hitter in the order, on deck. Both singled and came around to score last inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Colby Thomas on second after he swiped the second base bag. Running on the catcher, Hunter. And the Braves have done that twice today, trying to take advantage of those extra bases and get hitters in scoring position. And when you get hits, it's more likely Bourne, a good hitting team already with 5 hits today. We're in the bottom of the third. And the 2-2. Breaking ball, foul back.
That's a really nice swing by Burns, because it really was a nice slider by Meyer. And on 2 strikes, protecting the plate and staying alive, just trying to tread water until he gets a pitch that he can really hit.
Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Meyer. Grounded to the right side to the second baseman, Wyatt Hoffman. He collects, gathers, and throws to Cody Huff at first. So Peter Burns is retired on the ground out. Thomas advances to third. There's 2 outs now for Nick Goodwin.
University, number 11, Nick Goodwin.
Goodwin, the 9th place hitter in the order, had an RBI single in the second. First pitch upstairs from Adam Meyer, a ball and no strikes. Colby Thomas at first, Nick Goodwin at the plate. And the 1-0 pitch is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Goodwin primarily played shortstop at Kansas State, originally from Kansas, and was named to the freshman All-American team by Collegiate Baseball News this past season, hitting .277 with 14 stolen bases. And that pitch on the outside corner framed by Cade Hunter for a strike, 2 balls and a strike. Here with 2 outs against the 9th place hitter in the Braves order, Nick Goodwin. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs, a 4-2 lead for Bourne. And the pitch fouled away to the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs. With Colby Thomas at third, he singled with an out. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And Meyer to deliver the 2-2 once again. Meyer going to be asked to provide length out of the bullpen. Going to have to gobble up some outs. Looking for one here. 2 balls and 2 strikes at the plate. Here against Adam Meyer. The 2-2 from Meyer. Breaking ball misses outside. Count runs full. Goodwin in his 12th game of the summer. 4 for his last 9 after the single back in the second. Up here with a 3-ball, 2-strike count, and 2 outs. Meyer comes set, the payoff pitch. Breaking ball hit up the middle. Hoffman ranges to his left, gets it before it goes to the outfield, but it's a single for Goodwin and another run across for the Braves. They have a 5-2 lead in the bottom of the third after the 2-out RBI single from Nick Goodwin as Colby Thomas comes across to score.
That's all it takes, really. Wyatt Hoffman did all he could, but it was a nice pitch, an even better hit, ground ball up the middle. And not trying to do too much. A great at-bat for Goodwin there.
Top of the order up, Joe Lampe takes the first pitch up and away. A ball, no strikes, 2 outs. With Goodwin on first after the RBI single. So 2 singles and 2 RBIs for the 9th place hitter in Bourne's lineup, Nick Goodwin. Having a productive day at the bottom of the order as the pitch from Meyer misses outside. Now Joe Lampe in a hitter-friendly 2-ball, no strike count. But he's been hitter-friendly all year, leading the team 15 hits. Hitting .318 on the season coming into this game. Out of Arizona State, the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike as Meyer is able to fire it in there. Hit .424 and led them the #1 JUCO team in California as that ball's third. But not before a run comes across on 2 hits, 1 stranded through 3. Bourne on top 5-2 on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network.
The right fielder from Long Beach State, #6, Chase Luttrell.
Chase Luttrell to lead off the top of the 4th. Happy to be alongside Brad Klein. Will Connerly here with you. The Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox and Bourne Braves battling here tonight. Chase Luttrell's first. And he popped out to left, led off the 2nd. Now leading off the top of the 4th, YD's cleanup hitter. And the 0-1 grounded to the right side, over at first, and stepping on the first base bag is Dalton Rushing, and Luttrell is retired. He's 0 for 2, and Pascal Ferreras now to the plate.
Now batting,
that was
the
a
shortstop
great
from
play
Western
by
Carolina,
Rushing to
#5,
charge in on the
Pascal
ball before
Ferreras.
it dribbled to the right into foul territory. Make sure you can steal it out there on Chase Luttrell.
So Austin Parsley, he went 6 up, 6 down to begin his outing. 2 very efficient frames, but YD was able to get to him as the first pitch to Pascal Ferreras is a strike. YD was able to get to him, though, in the 3rd, scoring some runs as Ferreras fouls it away, came up and in. Looks like it got the umpire, home plate umpire Ryan Damari, as Peter Burns went to go talk to his right-hander Parsley. And Damari gives a thumbs-up signal. Pascal Ferreras goes over to talk to Coach Pickler as they give Damari, the home plate umpire, some time. But no balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. But Parsley, who worked good through the first 2 frames, Whitey was able to get to him a little bit in the 3rd with the hits from Compton, Graham, and then the 2 RBI double, which brought both of them home from Tanner Smith to get 2 runs. We'll see how the righty responds, though, here in the fourth. The 0-2 pitch, hit by Pascal Ferreras over to second, scooped out by Goodwin over to first to Rushing. He catches it, and there's two quick outs for the right-hander to begin the fourth. So any questions about responding after the two spot? He comes up in two quick outs. And now Wyatt Hoffman to the plate.
That's a great play by Nick Goodwin at second base, almost channeling his inner first baseman there. Tried to come in and make the catch on the fly, but had to play it on a short hop and didn't miss a beat.
First pitch up and in to Wyatt Hoffman, riding a 9-game hitting streak. 1 ball and no strikes, 2 outs. Parsley, the right-hander out of UNC Greensboro. Hoffman popped up towards center field. Joe Lampe under it, runs in to make the catch on the move. And a 1-2-3 frame for Parsley in the fourth. Bottom of the fourth we go. Bourne leads 5-2 on the YD. I'm Will Connerly here with you, and YD trailing 5-2. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Adam Meyer on the mound, second pitcher used for YD, as Nolan McCarthy went in that second frame and then pitched last inning, but it's a leadoff single here in the bottom of the fourth for Bourne as Max Anderson lines it to right field, and that brings up Dalton Rushing. Bourne continuing to hit the league with a .277 batting average, second in OPS, and of course first with the most points, just 1 loss through 14 games played, as the pitch from Meyer misses outside after Max Anderson had a leadoff single here in the fourth.
The most important part is that Bourne now has leadoff base runners in 3 of their 4 innings.
Bode well for success. It's tough for the pitcher to pitch around that multiple times throughout a game. The 1-1. Grounded to the right side through the nobody out, and here comes Caden Wallace. So back-to-back singles, now the 8th hit for Bourne and the second for Dalton Rushing as Caden Wallace comes to the plate, and Adam Meyer now is going to have to work out of
Meyer to buckle down and induce a ground ball. And if you do that, it's probably going to be 6-2 in favor of Bourne, but it's important at this point. Was not able to rack up a single strikeout in the last frame, so stick to what you know.
Runners on the corners, nobody out. Caden Wallace at the plate for Bourne. Grounded up the middle. Here's your ground ball. 4 to Wyatt Hoffman, 6 to Pascal Ferreras, and over to Cody Huff. It's 2 outs, 1 run does come across, but YD will gladly take it. The 4-6-3 double play, 2 away, 1 across, nobody on, and here comes Zachary Agnos.
That's how it's done. Tailor-made right to Wyatt Hoffman, and Adam Meyer at this point can't be disappointed in himself. He's just trying to keep YD in this game, down by 4, middle of the game. They still have a chance, and now you can hit the reset button on this inning with a fresh pond.
First pitch, a strike to Zachary Agnos. Agnos from East Carolina in his 13th game of the summer. Pitch misses low, has both triples for Bourne so far this season. Had a triple and a double on Tuesday at Orleans. As Adam Meyer induced the ground ball double play. A crafty turn. Wyatt Hoffman, he's played a really good second base, but he started that turn doing a nice job as that pitch misses low and inside. 2 balls and a strike to Agnos. But Hoffman and Ferreras, the good chemistry up the middle to turn that double play. Not always easy when your middle infielders aren't always on the same page or work together frequently, as the changeup swung through by Agnos, and now 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, nobody on. here in the bottom of the fourth. One across our way, but Meyer responds, got the double play, and then gets Agnos to strike out for the second time today. We send it over to the fifth next on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network. Back with you on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network. Tristan Vreeling now pitching for Bourne. And he inherits a 6-2 advantage here in the top of the fifth. As YD comes to hit Compton, first pitch from Vreeling fouled away. 0-1 the count. Compton with a single came around to score in the third. 1 for 1 today. YD's designated hitter. Ball grounded to the right side by Compton, backhanded by Rushing, a flip over to Vreeling, and there's one away. Compton grounds out, and that brings up Cade Hunter, struck out swinging last time.
Now batting, the catcher from Virginia Tech, number 17, Cade
Tristan
Hunter.
Vreeling, though, originally from Washington, took his talents to Gonzaga, making his fifth appearance of the summer, all of which have come out of the bullpen. The right-hander misses low to Cade Hunter. His last appearance came on the 4th of July at Wareham. 3 innings and no runs allowed, and so far this summer, 6 1/3 pitched with a 1.42 ERA. In 6 1/3, he's just surrendered 1 earned run and has had 3 consecutive scoreless appearances. The 1 run he did allow came on the second day of the season at Brewster. 9 strikeouts through 6 1/3. And has picked up 1 victory out of the bullpen as well. Opponents just hitting 136 off the right-hander. But this bullpen for Bourne is very solid. All relievers looking pretty good as Cade Hunter swings through the inside pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right now, the relievers are combined 8-0, and 7 pitchers on this bullpen, have opponents hitting under 200. So, pretty stingy bullpen for Bourne as the 2-2 pitch grounded to the right side. And out of play, foul. So we'll do the 2-2 again here. Cade Hunter hitting top of the 5th. Nobody on. And 1 away with Bourne leading 6-2, and they made a call to the bullpen. Tristan Vreeling, the right-hander out of Gonzaga. And out of the wind, the pitch from him. 2-2 misses low, count runs full. Here to Cade Hunter, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout now 3 for 28 on the season. Bourne got a solid start out of Austin Parsley, 4 innings. Williams.
Yeah, well, Parsley at 6'1" for react and more velocity, or at least more visible velocity.
Williams, the 9th place hitter in the order. Up next would be Peyton Gross here in the top of the 5th as Williams hits this ball to right center field. Anderson Vreeling offers a 1-2-3 frame. We send it to the bottom of the 5th next on. Bottom of the 5th, Christian Knapczyk, the shortstop, to lead things off for Bourne. Here in the bottom of a strikeout, no walks surrendered as the first pitch misses outside to Knapczyk. Second pitch in there for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Knapczyk is now 0 for his last 7, but came into today fouled away to the left side. Now a ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th, 8 hits and 6 runs for the Braves so far today. The one
fell out of his hand mid-delivery at local middle.
2-2 misses as well, so count runs full. Here to Christian, up by 4 runs. And Knapczyk, didn't look like he had any intention of trying to square that up, but
hitter staying alive there.
3-2, grounded to the right side. Wyatt Hoffman takes a step back, collects. Play at second, over to first, 1 away.
Colby Thomas.
It's a nice pitch mix there by Adam Meyer and a nice ability to keep his head in the count because, again, Knapczyk just stole a shot.
But it's foul. He squared around to bunt. The last minute, Peyton Graham playing a little back. Then he started to charge in, but the ball got a single, and the third came around to score. If he opts to do that again here, a ball, no strike. No balls in a strike, rather, with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 5th. Colby Thomas, and now in an 0-2 hole.
And it just stopped spinning. He just hit it with the top.
Misses high. 1 for 2 with a ball from Meyer, misses low. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bourne put a 5th with 1 out, nobody on. Breaking ball, no, fastball misses inside. Count runs. Christian Knapczyk grounded out. Chase Luttrell under it. And it'd be huge, though, for YD to get his 0 out of 3rd and 4th. But here in the 5th, Adam Meyer looking for a clean frame. Meyer's first pitch. And then grounded. Balls, no strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Best hitting team in there for a strike. So now the right-hander working in the bottom of the 5th with nobody on against Peter Burns, the catcher for Bourne, who with 2 RBIs.
Now batting
on
the second baseman from Kansas State, number 11, Nick Goodwin.
Meyer issuing the free pass. Some tossing out in the right field bullpen for the YD Red Sox. Meyer approaching the 60 pitch mark. Came in relief of the starter Nolan McCarthy in the 2nd inning. And Meyer surrendered 4 hits. McCarthy did the same, and 8 hits in total for the Braves as it's a foul ball by Goodwin, but Peter Burns was running on the pitch. The catcher trying to showcase the wheels, but Joe Lampe, he got to first base in the 1st inning and stole second right away. Colby Thomas did so in the 3rd, and Peter Burns was running here in the 5th, but it was fouled away. Nothing in 1 to count. Bourne not afraid to run today. They've shown their aggression against the catcher, Cade Hunter, and pitcher Adam Meyer. That's fouled away. Nothing in 2 to count here with 2 outs, 1 aboard, and a 4-run lead for Bourne as they're at the plate in the bottom of the 5th, but Nick Goodwin in an 0-2 hole. But it's gone 3+, working here in the bottom of the 5th. Came in the 2nd, got the final 2 outs in the 2nd. Has gotten 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th as the 0-2 pitch misses high here to Nick Goodwin. who's had a productive day today. 2 runs driven in on 2 singles, and Meyer with a check over on Burns at first. Nothing doing. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Burns, the runner at first, being held by Cody Huff. Adam Meyer keeping an eye on the base runner with Bourne's aggression today. They have a 4-run lead, bottom of the 5th. They're at the plate. And the 1-2 pitch misses upstairs. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Meyer looking for the clean frame, then, to say the least, when they had runners on the corners and nobody out, the 2-2 fouled away, fouled back. Doran Park as the top team in each respective division here on the Cape meeting tonight. First place in the East, YD Red Sox against the first place team in the West, the Bourne Braves. And Bourne getting the better of YD right now, up 6-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking, hitting here with 2 strikes but 3 consecutive foul balls. He's staying strong at the plate. We'll see who can prevail in this at-bat. Is it going to be Adam Meyer or Nick Goodwin, the hitter for Bourne? On deck is Joe Lampe, the leadoff hitter for the Braves. The 2-2 from Adam Meyer. And it's Goodwin with his 3rd hit of the to get it after a few hops. The ball was a line drive, well struck to the left side, and it dribbled a few times before it got into the leather of the left fielder Tanner Smith. And now runners on first and second, 2 outs for Joe Lampe.
So if you're scoring at home, Nick Goodwin, the 9th place hitter, already has 3 hits. He's 3 for 3, and you might think, man, that seems pretty unusual, right? The 9th place hitter with 3 hits, but it's actually not. He had 4 hits in the second.
Adam Meyer comes up to get it, fires it over to first to Huff, and it's Lampe who is retired. So Meyer making an here in the bottom of the 5th, but 2 runners stranded, 1 hit, no runs come across, but after 5, Bourne on top, 6-2 on the YD Red Sox Baseball Network. Back with you on the YD Red Sox. Bourne Braves up 6-2 on the YD Red Sox right now. Top of the order up, though, for YD. We'll see if they can't get something going as the Braves went to the bullpen. And Vreeling, the right hand, toward left center field. Peyton Graham a jolt into it, but caught at the warning track for the 2nd time.
Tanner Smith.
That's what he does, right? In a parallel universe where he can read
a ball. Tanner Smith, though, in the 3rd, made the score 4-2. Cut halfway into the deficit. That YD had, but Bourne tallied another run the next half inning. Dirt from Vreeling. 2 balls and a strike. But, yeah, Peyton Graham with the warning track power he has. On right side under it is Lampe once again. Not as deep as Graham's ball, but struck it well to center on Peyton Graham's jolt, but 2 flyouts to center field to begin the frame, and 5 straight retired out of the YD, trailing by 4 runs.
Pointed in himself in his last at-bat, got under
the strike zone for the 2nd strike. Nothing into the count. With 2 outs, nobody on. Vreeling out of the wind to first, and they say Huff did, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Bourne comes to the plate, and they hold. Back with you on the YD Red Sox Baseball
Nebraska.
Network
Number
alongside
31,
Brad
Max
Klein. Will
Anderson.
Connerly here with you. And the YD Red Sox trailing 6-2 here in the bottom of the sixth. Adam Meyer on the mound for YD. Miss on the first offering here in the bottom of the sixth. 0-1 the count.
And going starters length here too, but there is a different element to coming out of the bullpen.
The 0-1 to Anderson, grounded to the left side at short to Pascal Ferreras. Backhand across the diamond to first. Cody Huff has to move off the bag, up the first base line, scoops it, but not in time. He coming into this game has reached base. He has hits in 6 of his first 7 games with the Braves, and the designated hitter had a walk in the first, a walk in the second, came around to score, a single in the fourth and came around to score, and an infield single to lead off the bottom of the sixth. That brings up Dalton Rushing. 10th hit for the Braves today. There's a breaking ball's in there for a strike to Dalton Rushing. Popped up to right field in the first and singled in the fourth, then was cut off the base paths after Caden Wallace grounded into a 4-6-3. And a swing and a miss on the offering for Meyer, now in a 0-2 hole. Meyer on the mound, working in the bottom of the sixth. He's gone 3 2/3 so far out of the bullpen, and the 0-2 pitch is hit to the left side. Rushing going the other way. 2 of the day, and that brings up Caden Wallace, 15, the 11th hit for Bourne, and that warrants a mound visit for head coach Scott Pickler. It's on first and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth, and then it's a call to the bullpen. We'll tell you all about the reliever next.
Eric Yost.
Welcome back on the YD Red Sox Baseball. Comes in to face the Bourne Braves in the bottom of the sixth with runners on first and second against the cleanup hitter Caden Wallace. Week since the last time he towed the rubber, and first pitch in there for a strike against Caden Wallace.
Well, Eric Yost just trying to stay sharp throughout that hiatus, but that's not easy to do.
Ball fouled away, and that's a very good point. Coming out of the bullpen and trying to stay sharp in the limited action that you have. He pitched June 25th, now July 10th right now, June 25th against Katuitt. He went 3 innings. Love wouldn't have had Yost from second base. Then he gets on the rubs low. So a ball and 2 strikes here with nobody out. 2 runners aboard, bottom of the sixth. Eric Yost, a ball and 2 strikes in the first. Hitter he faces, Caden Wallace. Struck out in the first, popped out in the second, and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in 2 home runs and 6 runs driven in. Bourne up by 4 runs here in the bottom of the sixth. The 1-2 from Yost, breaking ball misses slow again. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With Caden Wallace at the plate and the right-hander out of the bullpen. Third pitcher used today for Coach Pickler Eric Yost.
Younger than the Cape's league average age.
And the breaking ball low, called strike 3. They are saying that. And you mentioned his youth, but shows his maturity there. And poise, getting the strikeout, the first guy he sees out of the bullpen, and enters Zachary Agnos now. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Up to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out and 2 runners on, first and second.
Need as a reliever. And it looks like Eric Yost came in with that mindset here.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Agnos. So 0-1 the count with 1 out. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 strikeouts today for Agnos, in jeopardy of going down a 3rd time via the punch-out. An 0-2 hole with 1 out. Runners on first and second. Bourne leads by 4 runs. They've had 11 hits today. Yost with a check over at Anderson. And the pitch misses low and outside. A ball in. They give those signs to indicate if they want the pitcher to go over and pick off. Then Yost looking to indicate Hunter. Shakes him off once. Then comes set. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 out the pitch. Hit to the right side. Over on the right. From East Carolina, his 13th game of the season, hitting .250 on the year, 7 for 28. With Zagnos is putting up a good fight against the reliever Eric Yost. Putting together a long at-bat, Caden Agnos. Christian, and here comes the 1-2 pitch to Agnos. On the outside corner, and now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And
he wants it, and again, we mentioned that Yost has had weeks rest, and now just pinpointing your pitches exactly.
Strikeout is what Eric Yost for a ball. Second pitch hit toward left center field, and it's Knapczyk who hit. Runners on second and third, and now a 7-2 lead for Bourne from Christian Knapczyk.
And arguably the best defensive center field.
I know people at Arkansas Little Rock were talking about some of the plays he made in the outfield, robbing home run. Long way to get to that one in shallow left center field. Was not able to get there, but Yost responds and gets a no-ball, 2-strike hole here with 2 outs. He's 1 for 3. The pitch, swing and a miss. So Yost comes out of the bullpen, faces 4 guys, gets 3 strikeouts after he inherited 2 runners on first and second. 2 lead for the Bourne Braves. We send it off to the 7th.
Now batting, the right fielder from Long Beach
to the top
State.
of for the Red Sox against Adam Vreeling, the lanky right-handed pitcher. Fastball misses high for ball 1.
YD, they don't have their work cut out for them only because they're 6 up, 6 down out of the pen so far.
2 balls and no strikes to Luttrell as the fastball misses low. So Chase Luttrell hitting .363 as the leadoff man in a given inning. 4 for 11 on the season. Finds the leather of Goodwin, and Chase Luttrell can't be too disappointed with himself on that one.
0 for 3 today as a leadoff hitter. Led off the 2nd, 4th, and 7th. But if you're hitting like .360, you gotta think, do you move?
Also argue that was the hardest hit he had, hardest contact of the season, as Briley Knight subbing in for Pascal Ferreras, and he takes the first pitch fastball for ball 1. You mentioned that Luttrell, the draft coming up tomorrow, he's not expected to be taken tomorrow. First round on Sunday at 7 o'clock, but a day 2, day 3 pick, that's where he's projected to go. And he'll be glued to his phone waiting for a call. 1 ball and 1 strike to Briley Knight. Fastball this time, a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and the ultimate euphoric moment when you get your name called by a Major League Baseball.
Feels it. He throws it in time for out number 2. So Briley Knight is retired. Enter Wyatt Hoffman with 2 away and no one on. YD down by 5.
Now batting, the second baseman from the University of the Pacific, number 3, Wyatt Hoffman.
Hoffman is 0 for 2 on the day. And that doesn't change the fact that he's one of the most elite hitters in the CCBL right now. Swinging from the right side. Hoffman takes the fastball by his brow for ball 1. Tristan Vealing up to 27 pitches right now, 17 of those being strikes. Hoffman pops it.